I think, okay, so what do you think people need to know about AI in terms of like where do you think we are now? Like I know I talk about AI a lot from an investing standpoint, right? Like I just think if you didn't invest in any of these stocks that are just skyrocketing, due to AI and hyperscaler investments and the building of these data centers and all that, you missed out on a lot of money there. But also there's just sort of this constant overhang of unemployment due to AI. There's just it's changing society. What are you seeing from where you stand in terms of what people should really think about with AI?
Yeah, well, my biggest recommendation is not to try and learn all the tools because you're not going to make money. So just to be straight, I see a lot of people, they're jumping from like, this Google VO thing, and then they jump to this, and then they're not even using the same learning model. They'll jump from Claude to ChatGPT to DeepSeek to this. I'm not saying you shouldn't know about them, but don't try to learn everything and then you're not making any money. So what I did, I took, well, what do I need to help my clients? Because I work with them, a lot of coaches in the health and wellness space, and I've also worked in cybersecurity, tax. People used to hire me in their agencies to run their ads. So I worked in a lot of industries for other agencies, but we call it we're like more like growth partners with our clients. So I know my clients inside and out. So I was like, okay, what is the biggest bottleneck I can solve for my clients? And it was follow up. So people would spend money on ads or they'll do outreach. They get a bunch of traffic, and then they're not following up with the leads in a timely manner, and you just left a lot of money on the table. So I specialize in the lead generation and follow up. And I still use ChatGPT. I still use all the other things, but I'm not going to concern myself with that because I've made, I'm telling you, I've probably made about 10 to 20, probably close to 50 grand just from this follow up, just AI voice bots and AI follow up because I specialized. So the biggest tip I can do is try and figure out what you're interested in, because some people are creators, like my daughter. She focuses on video editing, so she's a specialist in that. She's now going to learn how to do AI um, cloning, so she's going to clone me. Even though I'm sorry, they don't get the British accent. That is just annoying. But it's taken me a while to get my AI clone, and it just make me sound like an American or someone from London. It's like I'm not American. I'm not from London. So that's annoying. So I can't even use my AI avatar yet until I've got the voice right. But you see what I'm saying? There's like you could just sell services on just the AI voice alone. People are paying thousands just to get AI clones because they're like, I don't have time to shoot video for my coaching business. So you could specialize in that. If you're more visual, like what I was saying before, like graphics or things like that, do Google VO, learn how to do video editing with Opus Pro or whatever you're interested in, and then just master that and then go out and get some clients, basically.
Wow, that's really cool. I love that. So you now, how long have you been interested in AI? Like, was this something that kind of happened like after the Chat GPT moment where you sort of said, okay, let me pivot my technical skill in toward AI, or were you one of the people talking about it long before it really kind of became mainstream, or?
I think I've been using ChatGPT for 2 years, but don't forget, I worked with tech giants like Samsung, Qualcomm, Motorola. I was already doing automation. And even though it's not technically AI, we were building systems that you put on, come back, and the job is done. And we had to edit the code. I did Python coding and all these things. I'm not that great at it, I have to admit. But it was hard. It was not an easy job. But what I'm trying to say is I already had the kind of the exposure to automation from my 15 years, 14 years in corporate. So it wasn't really that wow for me because I'm like, well, I was writing Python that did this stuff. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
for me,
interesting.